Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Well, it's official, it's going to be a good week. Today's map is a very nice one. Plus, coming up later this week, we have got maps by 3 of the very top creators. So that's going to be at least 4 good maps, and I don't even know about the other 2 yet. I haven't even glanced at them. Something else to look forward to is we are fast approaching the 10,000th subscriber. We're over 9,000 now, so I'm going to start a 10k countdown, change the logo to that. And if you want to join me for that countdown, for that celebration, obviously hit the subscribe button now. If you're already joined, you can help others to find me too by making sure that you partake, yes, you know what's coming, in the daily reminder. That's right, hit the like button, really does support the channel, gets me seen by more people and helps me grow a little bit more every single day, so thanks for your support. Today's map is Kristianstad by VeromPositor. It's a 1:1 scale map and it's supposedly, wow, not bad for a first map, I've got to tell you. There's your start square, plenty of build plane in there, loads of water running through it as well. And then what about the terrain height? Is it hilly? No, it's very flat, and that's one of the strengths of today's maps as well. Plenty of opportunities to build in any way that you like. There's your resources, a little bit light in ore, although there are patches of it, and seems a little bit light in fertile as well, considering the amount of fields that we've got. And then off to the workshop. It's a mass transit map. You will need mass transit for this one. A couple of things to subscribe to on the right hand side. We're supposed to be using the Rheingold theme by Highrise, but that is Patreon members only, so we'll be using the not so rocky European theme, the realistic 1.2 LUTs, a few other suggestions in there, including the cloud and frog toggler, so we'll be toggling the frog on and off for today's map as well. Also, suggestion for cube map replacers, but it doesn't say specifically which cube map to use. We'll talk about the cube map in a minute anyway. Let's have a little look at the map. Now, it is very flat, so those of you that like hills, I'm sorry, but those of you that don't like islands, it's good news, it's not an island. It is a 1:1 scale map of Kristianstad. I'm hopefully getting that pronounced correctly, Kristianstad rather than Kristianstad. But if I'm wrong, then I'm sorry, I'm going to be upsetting all the Swedes in the audience today. There's your intersection, your first intersection, just off in the fog, just edging into the fog. It's very nice, very slick, very sweet, nothing wrong with it at all. Very pleased with it indeed. Very slick. I've said slick a few times, I'm going to stay with slick. I'm also liking the tunnel. It's very easy to get these very shallow tunnels looking clunky and glitchy, and I'm quite happy with that, you know. I'm quite happy with that. I'm prepared to let that slip through. Because it literally does slip through. So yes, Kristianstad. It's a small town in the south of Sweden, just down the road from another Swedish town that we reviewed about 50 shows ago. Well, in fact, I'm going to take a route that heads towards that direction. We'll talk about that in a little while once we get down. We've got things like asset reviews and things to do before we even worry about where this road might end up leading to. Of course, it doesn't lead to it in this game. Of course it doesn't, but it's nice to know where we are in the world. Highway laying is very, very good indeed, and I would expect it to be. It looks like it's been checked, this map, by Sidai, amongst others. And Sidai, you may be aware of, is a map creator who's produced 1 or 2 half-decent maps in their time. 1 or 2. Or many more than that. One of the best of the best. Sadly, not one of his maps coming up this week. It's other creators this week. Now we've got this intersection. Now there is a minor problem with this. It's very sweet. I like this intersection, but there is a little bit of a problem, and it's actually an in-game problem rather than the mapmaker problem. Although the mapmaker may have spotted it if they've done testing. Look where this tractor's going. Look at it. It's taking a hard left. It's not even using the slip road. It's going to take a right there and then follow on behind that white station wagon, like that. And the same with the hippie mobile behind, and the 2 hippie mobiles behind that as well. If you have a look at this little bit of 2-way road there, see how that forces all traffic to turn right. And that's a glitch within the game. And I don't think I've seen that before. I mean, I have seen bad lanes before, but not in a map like this. Now, I think maybe the creator could have spotted this and gone with 2-lane highways instead. Because if I show you this, I'm just trying to get this to connect by just messing around with the segment. Because sometimes that can connect things up a little bit. But no, it just doesn't want to know. And it is properly connected as well. So, if anything, with the whole map, if there is any one thing wrong with the map, it is, just putting everything back as I found it. If there's any one thing wrong with this map, it is this particular little intersection here. On the whole map, that's the worst of it. There are 1 or 2 minor grumbles to follow, but they're minor, literally minor grumbles, things that you won't worry about. Also looking no streetlight clipping, good work there. I'm expecting that Sidai's work as well. If he's checked over the map, he's gone, BonBonB will spot that one. No, raise your road up or whatever. But no, there's no streetlight clippings on this map whatsoever. Now we're heading up towards the Start Square intersection. Start Square intersection is, again, very nice. I'm a big fan of this as well. Very tidy indeed. A little bit of sand usage on the side there by the looks of it, just to make it look, I know, operational, freshly built maybe, I don't know. And we'll come down and have a little look with little roundabouts on each end. It's all very tidy there. And there's no street lights clipping through, as we've already discussed. And I'm loving the down ramp here, the terrain enveloped ramp there. Enveloped? What am I talking about? I have no clue. I wonder if we've got an asset in here somewhere. We do indeed, and this one is currently top of the charts. It's by Smilies. It's modern high-rise condo, and I love it. I'm loving the colour. I'm loving the way it reflects the old cloud map. Look at that. It's just a glorious, glorious building. And factoids, because it's factoids time. Archaeological finds in Iraq suggest that primitive electrical batteries may have been in use there 2,000 years ago. Now, remember, this book is 30-something years old. So I've done a little bit of wikiing, and they still haven't ruled out that there is actually batteries. They can't say that it is, they can't say that it isn't, they don't know what it is, but it could have been some kind of like electrical plating material. Anyway, enough of that. Modern high-rise condo, nothing to do with batteries. It's a very lovely building indeed. Subscribe to it right away if I were you, or you'll forget. Shall we go back and have a look at the roads? I think we should go back and have a look at the roads. Now, the only other issue with this map, major-ish issue, if you can call it major, is this is the highway. Now, if you're looking to do a one-to-one recreation of Kristianstad, then this is spot on, absolutely perfect for what you need. Another start location there, not the start square. So, yeah. If you're looking to do a mega city, because you're looking at all of this build space and going, I want to build something huge, incredibly huge, going to go for the million, well, this is going to be a bit of a struggle, because this is the main highway. It's going to take all the traffic right the way through the centre of your city, and you're going to have to do a lot of rebuilding of the highways, but I guess you have to do that anyway if you're doing a mega city, don't you? And like in the way that there's no streetlight clipping anywhere on the map. And then down here to one of those. Lovely stuff. So yes, be aware. Be very aware that that could be a problem. Oh, this is the road. I was talking about where this road would lead to. If we carry on for another 110 kilometres down here, we'll get to Karlskrona. Now, Karlskrona is a map that we reviewed about 50 episodes ago. About that. I can't remember the exact episode number. I did make a written note, but I'm so disorganised. I've got scraps of notes everywhere. So yeah, minor issue here with this central pillar. It's not encroaching onto the highways, but I would prefer, I think, we are in the fog somewhat, so it doesn't really matter a huge amount. Nobody's really going to look at this, are they? But if you really want to go for those extra stars, just rotating that around to be in line with the highway, so it's much safer. Much safer. You're not going to less likely to crunch into that, are you? So yes, that's just a minor improvement. It's all shades of grey, isn't it? As we drive off, float off into the fog, and then we'll have a look at the rail. You notice the map is very, very flat indeed. So we have seen the rail go badly wrong in other maps, where especially when we're get to river crossings, and maybe the bridges will elevate or go clunk just because they've been dragged across in a hurry. I'll tell you now, this is not going to be the case with this map. The bridges are, on the whole, with the rail, absolutely spot on perfect. Notice the way I say on the whole. Yes, I think you know that I've found something minor about it, so we'll point it out, because it's kind of what I do. It's sort of a self-imposed job, isn't it? Me pointing out the minor things. It's coming up with this next bridge here. Are you ready? Are you ready? Don't be too disappointed, guys. But there, it looks good, doesn't it? Looks alright. Looks alright. Go down here. Look under there. A little bit of blue mantle. A wee bit of blue mantle. There you go. Do you care? Do you really care? Do you? Oh, you do. Okay, right then. That's a star loss then. That's fine. Okay, now if we follow the rail along here, we've got a weeny little minor thing going on here. Some sort of terrain glitching thing going on there. I'm not exactly sure what is going on there, but there's something weird. Probably pushing the terrain to its extremes. Also got a tiny hint of blue mantle there. Honestly, I would probably cover that with a little bit of foliage or something, like a minor bush or a prop. This is the smallest bush I could find. Obviously not this bush, because it doesn't actually cover the hole at all, and it does encroach onto the rail line. But you get my idea, don't you? You get the drift. Sort of something like that. I know we've got those new networks as well, which you can use to hide the blue mantles as well. But short of subscribing to too many things, there's bound to be some kind of bush down there that you can stick over that just to hide it. Just a suggestion anyway. Anyway, following the rail around, and then we've got some bridges. The bridges that cross the river. Now, in real life, this is not a shipping river. It's a meandering, lovely boating river, sweet, low bridges all over. We do have shipping routes on this map, but as you'll be able to tell once we get to the second half of today's show, we don't have anything going crunching through any bridges because the creator was too clever. Well done. Road under rail, road over rail, that's the other one, the opposite of road under rail, help. And then we're just basically heading off towards the fog, and there's not really too much to say apart from 10k countdown, which means I'm going to start a new thing every week, and I'm going to be narrating this myself, so prepare for no Zack today. It's the playlist of the week, this week featuring 5 seal of approval winners, with 4s across the board. Want to see more? Of course you do. Click that information button now. Call yourself professional, Zack. Now that's how you do a voiceover. Anyway, we've got shipping routes as I promised you. These rivers are really too narrow for the vanilla ships. Not that anything's going to go grounding on them, but technically there's nothing wrong with this. Technically, see, we've got no ships going through the middle bit there, and then you've got a little bit of shipping route right at the end here. So yeah, technically nothing wrong with it, but honestly, I'd probably be using the advanced vehicle options and choosing some smaller boats to run up and down there. Water flow, we have water flow. It goes down the rivers into the lake there, into the rivers again, and then down the rivers through the Start Square River section. If you look here, plenty of water flow through here as well, which is good. And then that emerges into this big lake, which means there's probably water flow coming against us from the edge of the map down here. But there isn't. It all works perfectly. That is surprisingly hard to do, and VeromPositor has actually achieved it very well indeed. Let's have a look at the forests. Now the forests are very light, which means we're using fewer trees, which means there's more for detailing. And so we're just hinting at forests. It's all very light use of the trees. Big use of the trees on this map, of course, are the fields. And if you have a look at the fields, they're marked out with these just prop line tall trees. It's not aesthetically the most beautiful thing you'll ever see, but across the whole map we are hinting at fields. And a lot of this will be removed by you. Now let me have a little look here. If we come over here, a good reason for having these fields. If we come down here, that's your view with these so-called hedges, right? I'm going to come up here. I'm going to use Move It. And I'm just going to remove just a chunk of them. Don't worry. We'll put them straight back. We'll put them straight back, guys. Don't worry. Boom. Gone. And if we go down here, we kind of had to do something because that is blank and bleak. And honestly, those hedges... Oh, sorry. Drifting a bit there. Those hedges make a huge difference. Even if they aren't great, they just break up this huge expanse of nothingness. And I'm okay with it. I think they're quite tidy, unbelievable in size and shape as well for the area anyway. Okay, so we've had a look at that. Let's have a look down here at the rivers. The rivers are fine. No extra foliage along the river banks. That might add a little bit of pop, but again, they're believable. I just like the whole look of it. The river rocks down here just add a little bit of detail as well. All good stuff there also. And then over here, what have we got over here? This I had to have. Got obviously the key down here. I've had a little look at Google Earth. There doesn't seem to be a key down here, but there is like a road that runs along the edge that kind of looks a little bit like a key. And there is sort of like land on the opposite side of it. I don't know. I think that's creative impression. Maybe there is. Maybe there actually is. I'm just saying it as I think I see it. I'm not marking it down for that. I don't think that key really adds anything to the map. I don't think it actually destroys anything either, so it's all good. And then down here we've got all these lovely little islands that you could be building, like ferry ports and maybe even like a little park on there. I don't know. What's there in real life? I have no clue. Anyway, what do you think of this map? Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Normally I would say I expect it to be, but knowing there's 3 more great maps coming this week, it might be a really high quality month. I hope this is in there somewhere. Anyway, what do I think? Aesthetically, I really like this map. I don't think it's a 5-star map or anywhere close to it, but it pops. It's very visually appealing. It looks like the location, and I can't mark it down from 4. It's a 4-star map. Detailing. This is the one. I was thinking about 3 stars for it, but I think overall the level of detail is just about right. 1 or 2 minor issues, but I'm going to give it 4 stars. Just 4 stars. Gameplay potential. I think there's a lot of playability here. You could play it as a 1-to-1 rebuild of Kristianstad, or you can just rebuild your own city. Plenty of options with it. Can't quite give it 5 stars because of potential traffic hazards, but I'm going to give it a very high 4 stars. So Kristianstad by VeromPositor. Very nice map. Do you know what? Yeah, go on, let's do it, shall we? The BonBonB seal of approval. Yeah, I think I can definitely approve of that map. Definitely. Anyway, what do you think? Are we done? Are we done? I think we are done. Thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking and for subscribing, and for joining me for another map in the What Map series. Join me tomorrow for another map in the What Map series. Yes, the request map of the week. And, oh, there's probably something on screen now. Oh, an old map. Yeah, go and have a look at the old map. Go on. And that playlist. You've got to catch up on that playlist. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day and stay well, guys. Stay well.